Yeah, okay, time to live free. Plenty goals I'm achieving. Some real life topics and talking financial freedom. Mindset, soul and love, everything in between. This is Freedom Podcast. Tune in, live free. Hey, got my mindset right and I got the drive. Planning one day, no more job, no more 9 to 5. Love money, mine. Love money, mine. This is freedom. Tune in, cause it's going down. Woo!
Hi, this is Anna and welcome to another episode of Your Freedom Podcast. In this episode, I interview Eddie L. Johnson. Eddie is a breakthrough expert, speaker, author and servant leader who brings joy and life to situations. He's an encourager with an upbeat attitude towards others, and Eddie has a unique ability to find the best in everyone. He's super motivated, really lovely guy, and I can't wait for you to hear this interview. So, hi, Eddie. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Anna, for having me. I am so much looking forward to our talk today.
Yeah, brilliant. And you've got an interesting profile being a breakthrough expert, and I'm sure that your role, your day-to-day world is really inspiring because you must work with so many different people that discover their purpose, discover what they're really kind of in this world for. I'm really curious how you kind of came about doing this, kind of like what's your story? How did it all start?
What's my story? Wow. Actually, I have a lot of stories, but the story that really got me to this point is back in 2017, actually. The company I was working for, great, wonderful company. I was celebrating my 20-year anniversary in the month of April 2017. And I got that phone call or had that sit down with my director. And it was pretty much on the lines of, you're a great leader, but the company is going through a change.
Yeah.
And today is going to be your last day. So from that point, everything changed for me. You know, I was downsized in 2017, not quite sure what I was going to do, but I knew I was about to do something that was different. Yeah. You know, I'm a very spiritual based guy, Christian values and everything. And shortly after being downsized, as a matter of fact, as I left the office, I had a spiritual awakening and a spiritual moment and everything. So that was really cool. But several days after being downsized, me and several guys, we went through this process of talking about men and legacy and purpose. And from that point, I realized that there was something more to me than what I had been doing. And it was time for me to start to leverage some of those skills I've learned over time and some of those life experiences I've had. I've experienced a lot of adversity in my life. And what I've come to realize is that those experiences weren't meant to knock me out of the box or knock me down to the point that I can't get up, but they were meant to help make me who I am today so that I could help someone else. Yeah. So from that whole experience of talking about legacy and purpose, I was able to discover my own purpose, which is to encourage, inspire, and motivate others to believe, break through adversities so that they can get to the next level in their lives. So that's where things kind of turned for me. Shortly after, you know, discovering my own personal purpose, I actually ended up writing a book called Passing the Test of Faith. And it's about my personal journey of the adversities I've gone through and some of the things that I've come to realize to help me get through those things and everything. So that's pretty much my story as to how I got to where I'm at today to be in a position to help other people.
I can really relate to that because I was in the corporate world as well and went through I actually worked for Pfizer, ironically, with everything. They're probably expanding and not downsizing now. But I had that whole conversation, and it's funny, isn't it? It's like at the time you like it comes as a bit of a shock because you kind of you get comfortable, you
Yeah,
get comfortable in, even though I knew that it could possibly be on the cards, but you kind of don't kind of think that it might happen to you kind of thing. And it was like this, every year we had like one of these restructures. So I knew it was going to be, I think it was the third time that it happened to me. And at the time, I think I'd just come back off maternity leave as well. So I was
wow.
feeling like I was in a leadership role, but I was feeling like as a woman, I felt like I had to work twice as hard to compete with the guys because, it was like I was always trying to prove myself that I wasn't just a mum, in the corporate world. And so I, when you were saying about sort of discovering your own purpose, it kind of, I remember going through that thinking, what do I really want to do? You start questioning, what do I really want to do? There's more to me than just going back into another corporate role, And I
Yes,
think sometimes we need those sort of like kick up the arse to kind of wake us up and think, right, what is it I really want to do? And it's
right.
like you said, through the adversities, again, through my journey with all the abuse that I went through, like I look back on it and a lot of my friends, a lot of my close friends are quite surprised when I say I'm grateful for it because I learned so much and I can help other people through it. And it actually did change me as a person. And I feel like I'm a better mother, better daughter, better friend because of it, going
Yeah,
through, because I don't know, you're just grateful for the smaller things in life. And also, but you can then share. I remember feeling for so long, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And then suddenly you go through these experiences and you realise, don't you, that you're on a
that's
mission
right.
to help other people.
That's
Um,
right.
I always talk about these 3 pillars because it's a freedom podcast, and there's 3 pillars that I talk about that have helped me kind of get equilibrium in my life. One of them is freedom in love, which is really self-care and self-love, rather than kind of romantic relationships or the love that we give to the world. Freedom in money, so financial freedom, and freedom in mind, because I kind of think those, when one of those was out of balance, I was earning good money and my mindset was strong, but I wasn't looking out for myself or taking care of myself. There was an imbalance. When I was struggling financially back a few years ago, that was and mindset sort of encompasses the whole thing.
Yeah,
And for people that are listening to this, especially at the moment with everything that we're going through as a global pandemic, and there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear, isn't there, in the world? And I've sat back and felt really grateful, thinking that I've got all the tools to deal with quite a lot of things. That we don't know what's going to happen in our future lives to us. But with all the work that I've done on myself in the past, I feel I'm geared up to, I'm going to have down times, but I know I'll be able to get through them now, whereas years ago, I probably may not have been able to.
right.
And for people who could have lost their job or been made redundant or going through relationship breakdowns or health problems, from your experience and what you do day to day, is there anything you want to share with them to help them get through this sort of difficult time?
Yeah, again, I'm a man of faith, so I believe in coming from the angle for which I live, and that being faith in and of itself. What I've come to realize is that we can do nothing by ourselves, and there are so many different things out there that will knock us down, and we're never meant to be down forever. Sometimes those knockdowns are meant to awaken us, but more than anything else, if we take the opportunity to embrace the knockdown, we can bounce back better than what we were before. But for me, it's getting through those certain things in life, especially like now, some of the things that we're going through, and that so many things that we're experiencing that we've never imagined, that we've never experienced before, and everything. It can be a big challenge. Adversity is a very serious thing, and I think anybody who's just kind of coasted through life, they've gotten a dose of what adversity really is now, right? So, but for me, what I like to explain to everyone is that everything starts with your belief system, your faith, what you trust in, what you believe in, but also you being able to believe in yourself and believe that whatever it is that you're facing, that you can overcome it. And I think what happens is, big or small, whatever it is, when adversity shows up, it gives us a blow. And none of us like to have a sudden blow out of nowhere. That's the one thing that's so unique about adversity, is the fact that none of us are exempt from it. And this is going to show up when it wants to. Think about this. Have you ever had ask adversity to just knock on your door and just say, hello, Anna?
No, exactly.
Right? It never happens that way. It just shows up when it wants to, right? But the truth of the matter is that when it shows up, regardless of what it is, we can get past it. However, in order to get past it, we do have to have the right attitude.
Yeah. And
our attitude has to be in the right place. And, kind of going back to, like you said, freedom of mind, our mindset about the situation has to be in the right place. And it's real easy. Most of us, when adversity shows up, the first thing we go to is the negative thoughts of it. Because we can't see past what's standing there in front of us, right? So our attitude is really key when we're facing adversity, because it's our attitude that's set the tone for the journey that we're about to go on, right? So, but not only that, Anna, here's the thing. Not only is our attitude is important, but we also have to have patience, because we never know how long adversity is going to last. Adversity might last for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, but it also may last for 3 years. So our patience is really key, because if we try to rush our way through it, we're going to make mistakes. And that may give us a setback, right? So, for those that are going through certain things, just remember, patience is key in the whole process, but we also have to be listening. And when I talk about listening, I talk about it from 2 different places. One, from a spiritual place, listening spiritually, but also listening to that inner voice that's on the inside of you. Because a lot of times the answers that we need for what we need to deal with, it's right there.
Yeah, exactly.
With us. But what do we do when adversity shows up? We pick up the phone, we call our best friend, we call a family member, we call somebody else looking for answers. And a lot of times the answers are right there with us. But we have to be still and quiet to be able to pull that out of ourselves, or be able to listen spiritually to the voice that's speaking to us. So
even be brave enough to actually go, because it usually, when you go through a change, you're gonna move into that uncomfortable situation, haven't you? And I think it's a lot easier to stay in comfort, whether it be you're going through any kind of adversity, isn't it? All the different things that I mentioned. Even if you just want to change career, start a new job, you're going to go through that uncomfortable, because that's part of growing, isn't it?
Yes.
I think that's the fear that stops people. I know it's prevented me in the past, and now when I feel that, I throw myself into that fear.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't do. We run from fear. But as we know, fear is not real.
No, exactly.
Most of the things that we fear never happen, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm just as guilty of that same thing, of that unknown. It's like, man, can I do this? Is this something that I should be doing? I'm not equipped to do this.
Yeah. Exactly.
I remember when I was writing, actually from a spiritual place, I was told to write my book that I wrote. And I tried to run from this thing for the longest. But the thing that caused me to run from doing it was fear. It was those negative thoughts that I was putting inside of my own self that was preventing me from getting it done.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, when I finally embraced the fact that, I do have a story to tell, guess what? Those fears started to dissipate. The more and more I started to move toward that task of writing that book.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll say this, it's funny. We're having this conversation. I'm talking to you and talking to your audience and everything, but I'm really talking to myself right now.
Exactly.
I really am, because, I face those fears too, just like everybody else.
Exactly. And that's the thing, isn't it? Everybody has them, but it's the way you deal with it or handle it. As in your inner voice and sort of speaking your truth, or not shying away from things that you're going to deal with.
That's right.
Because recently I went and did. There's a girl I've been following for years. We've become good friends now, and she's done a lot. She's put this program together called Belief Coding, and it's a mixture of NLP, EFT. I think there's hypnosis in there, and it's around trying to find limiting beliefs. And the reason I did it is I wanted to be able to learn some of these skills to be able to use, like to help become a facilitator and implement it with like clients. But what was interesting in it was we went through this exercise, and it kind of goes into your subconscious, and there was stuff that came out. I'm always like, yeah, I'm smashed, I haven't got any limiting beliefs. And there's all this stuff that came out like when I was 10. And yeah, in fact, I'll share it with you. It was when I took my bike out of the garage and I scratched my dad's brand new car. And,
whoa!
I actually lied out of fear that it wasn't me. And my dad got my bike and held it up to his car and said, "There's 2 scratches, one where the handlebar is and one where the pedal is." And I was still like, because I was scared of the consequences, because it was this brand new BMW that he kept polishing in the garage. And I was just like, and that was a limit. There was a limiting belief there around making a mistake, but it blocked me moving forward. And so there's conscious stuff, isn't there? And then there's subconscious stuff that sometimes you're not aware of that can actually be holding you back, which I find really interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just fascinating how we are as beings, I think. And like you say, we may be kind of leading the way and helping other people, but we still experience the same things that everybody that's listening to this does as well. It doesn't, because maybe they see us as successful and got a handle over things. It's just we know the process to how to overcome them and deal with it, really.
That's exactly true.
So tell us, for people who are listening to this thinking, hey, this Eddie guy sounds, inspiring. How can people kind of reach out to you, and what do you do? Tell us all about what you do to help people.
Yeah. So what I do basically is I work with leaders who struggle to find real success, and who want to identify the best qualities of their authentic self, so that they can show up and make a difference through purpose, which leads to meaningful fulfillment in life and continued success.
Yeah.
And another thing that I do is, we're just talking about adversity, is I also train leaders to successfully break through adversity, which positions them to adjust and remain productive in their personal and professional lives. So purpose and adversity are my 2 main things that I focus on to help people to get to that next level in their life.
Yeah, brilliant. And what is the best way to, obviously you've got a book and we can put all the details for anyone listening on iTunes, it'll be in the show notes. If you're watching us on YouTube, we can put it all in the comments and you can reach out to Eddie directly. But what is the best way? How do you like for someone to reach out to you?
Yeah, the best way to reach me is by going to my website, which is eddieLjohnson.com is my website. And on that website, you can find a lot of different goodies, access to an online course that I have. There's a free lesson there for your viewers that they can actually go and take for my adversity online course. But also there's information on how someone can actually participate and go through the purpose program that I have put together as well. And then there's also a free 90-minute training that I do on purpose called Created with Purpose. They're on the website as well. So all the great goodies are there. And that's always the best way to reach me is by the website, eddieLjohnson.com.
Brilliant. I will put that in the comments so everyone can access that, and you can reach Eddie directly and access all the free content that he's got on his website. So I presume people can work with you globally, that you do most things like online, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Great stuff. So I always ask everybody, what does freedom mean to you? And what's funny is when we had, because the podcast's been out now 18 months, and when it was the birthday, the first year anniversary, what we did was we edited probably about 8 or 9 episodes and chopped the answers back to back. It's really interesting seeing the answer to this question, because freedom means different things to different people. So what does freedom mean to you, Eddie?
Wow, that's a great question. So freedom to me is the ability to live out your dreams the way that you were designed to live them. And I say that in such a way, more importantly, to not only just live out your dreams, but live out your dreams in the best version of who you are. Again, back to that uniqueness of your best abilities, of your unique self, authentic self. The truth of the matter is, many of us are living life right now because somebody said that we're good at doing something, right? Only to find out that what we're doing based off of what they said we should do, we do it fairly well. But at the end of the day, there's something unique about all of us that makes us special. And if we can tap into what that is, then it allows us the opportunity to live freely, knowing that, hey, this is who I am, but I'm going to put forth my best effort and allow my best qualities to shine. So that's what freedom is to me, is basically being able to live out your dreams in the best version of your authentic self.
I love it. I love that. Because you're right, we also judge people on what they do. Someone's a doctor or a police officer or an accountant, or, got all these different things. But there's lots of different versions of accountants. There's lots of different versions of police officers. There's lots of, and that's why I like the whole story aspect, because there was a guy I was listening to that said, why is it when we meet someone for the first time, you go, what do you do? It's like we identify on what your career, what your occupation is. When actually, if you said, what's your story, you'd find out a lot more about that person.
Right.
Like you say, we've all got unique attributes and qualities and skills, and to be authentically us, then we've got to live in our truth, and we can help more people by being us, can't we?
That's exactly correct. Exactly. 100% correct.
So yeah, it's great to have you on the show. Lots of synergy between us.
Yes.
Stay in touch, and if there's any way I can help you in any way, do reach out to me. And it's great to connect with you, Eddie.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me, Anna. And likewise, anything I could do for you, your listeners, your audience, you know how to reach me. I'm here. I just want to see everybody go to that next level. I'm a strong believer is that all we have to do is be willing to be just a little bit better than we was the day before, and we can make a major difference in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Eddie. So Eddie L. Johnson, go and check him out. Inspiring guy. It's been great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Your Freedom Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And if you want to get more freedom in your life, then come and join Your Freedom Project Facebook group, which the link is below in the comments section. And I am giving you a copy of my visualization manifesting book. So manifest more freedom in your life and live the life of your dreams.
Hey, thank you for listening. Hope you had a blast. Here to elevate your life. It's the Freedom Podcast. Love, money, mind. Love, money, mind. Wanna see you all win. Wanna see you all shine. Just make sure that you subscribe. Bringing good vibes. Join the Facebook group. Now it's time to change your life. Hope you come back. Right now is the chance. This is an experience. It's the Freedom Podcast. Hey.